This is Melissa with Trendy Trinkets, and this is part 2 of the wire wrap bracelet. Okay, so now that you've got the top portion of the bracelet done, now what we need to do is just add the finishing touches to the bottom portion of the bracelet, so that way it looks like a completed bracelet and it looks really nice and professional. So you're going to take your sterling silver wire and you're going to cut about 1 foot of the wire, and then you're just going to cut it in half. So you'll have 6 inches of wire to work with on each leg of that cuff bracelet. Okay? Now you're going to take one of those 6-inch pieces and you're going to make like a little hook on the end of it with either your wire wrapping tool, or you're going to make it with your needle nose pliers. Now you're going to pull apart a little bit, and then you see where that little loop is? You're just going to open it up with your fingers and you're going to insert it into the loop where it comes closest in contact. This will allow the wire to sit in place without actually moving around. Now what you're going to do is just very easily just start to wrap it like you did the upper portion of the cuff. You're going to wrap it nice and tight, and you're going to do it several times. You're going to do it about 7, maybe 8, 9, 10 times around, and make it as thick as possible. What this will do is not only give your cuff a finished look, but it is also going to keep the cuff from coming apart. It's not going to spread it apart, it's going to keep it nice and tight at the corners. So what you're going to do is on the ends of that wire that you're wrapping, make sure that you tighten it with your pliers, make it flush up against the cuff, so that way you don't have any little pieces of wire that can snag or that can, hurt your skin. You see how nice and tight that is? Now you're going to do it to the other side of the wire. The other side of the cuff, you're going to bend the wire into the hook, and then you're going to repeat the same exact steps. You're going to pry it open just a little bit, and you're going to go ahead and work with the wire. You're going to pull it in to the closest portion of it, and then you're just going to start to wrap. If it gives you a little hard time like it's doing here to me, just go ahead and use your either wire wrap tool or your needle nose pliers to get it in, and then just make sure that you close it right back up afterwards. You pull it nice and tight. And you wrap away. I'm going to tighten it back up because I don't want it to slip while I'm trying to wrap it. Okay, and you're going to just keep wrapping it towards the end of that cuff. Like I said, anywhere between 8, 9, 10 times. You can actually ultimately make it as thick as you want it. You can also do the whole thing if you wanted to do the whole wrapping on the side of the cuff. But this is just to conserve the most expensive portion of this, which is obviously that sterling silver wire. Now you're going to take your needle nose pliers and you're going to tighten that wire around it. You're going to fix up the wires so they're nice and straight and you don't have any kind of funky curves to it. And you see how pretty that is? It's really easy to pull apart. And when you put it on, you just close it. And you see how the bottom overlaps? That's perfect because you know that it'll stay nice and snug and that it's not going to come apart. You can wear that out. Look how pretty that looks. It's, nice and smooth, and it's definitely something that no one could tell that you made this at home. It actually looks like a really nice professional piece of jewelry. You see? And then you can do this with practically any type of bead or natural stone. Really nice piece, very easy to make. Takes you probably about 10 to 15 minutes tops, and you've got your very own unique piece of jewelry. There you go. This is Melissa with TrendyTrinkets.net. Thanks again for watching.